Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we have an excellent analysis by Patrick Darcy on Poster 7. Now, is it good news for the frauditors who do all this Poster 7 BS, or is it bad news? Let's find out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this freaking S show on the road, shall we?
All right, so this is the infamous Poster 7. It's not a legal opinion, so don't rely on it. Just my thoughts on this. If I'm missing something because you guys have spent many years looking at this, then let me know, and I'll incorporate it into the next video. I want to show you also a clip from J-Town Press, all real property under their control, and it says, disturbances would be conduct which otherwise tends to impede or disturb the public or employees in the performance of their duties, or which otherwise impedes or disturbs the general public in transacting business or obtaining the services provided on postal service property. This is very wide. This is called discretion. So the manager has the discretion to throw your ass out if the manager thinks that you are somehow impeding or obstructing. Doesn't matter what the fuck you think. This is right there, discretion to throw your ass out.
Oh, but Patrick, what you fail to realize in this particular case is that frauditors will often quote mine whatever they feel is necessary out of any text just to, well, make their point. Even if the entirety of the text has nothing to do with what the point is that they're trying to get across. And it's a point that they're trying to get across to their fans who really have no ability or no gumption to do any research whatsoever. They will not look into the facts. They only listen to what the frauditor says. And what the frauditor says to them is true, whether or not you or anybody else can point out the actual facts of the matter. So you'd be basically dealing with a fan base that deals in fantasy rather than reality.
J-Town Press got the cop to believe that, she was right. No. Photographs for news, advertising, or commercial purposes. Photographs for news purposes. You'll hear J-Town Press. Oh, yeah, I'm here for news. I'm here for news. That doesn't get you out of the woods. May be. May is not shall. That's something that you need to understand if you want to become a lawyer. What's the difference between may and shall? May is permissive. Shall is obligatory. It says may be taken. Doesn't say anything about videotape, does it? May be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public meetings. You didn't hear her talk about that. So if this was for a public meeting, then you could take pictures, photographs in entrances, lobbies, foyers, or corridors. Not just, you can just take them.
You know what, Patrick? This is the exact same argument, well, almost the exact same argument that I've been using for almost 2 years now on my YouTube channel. In fact, I usually have a clip of dumbass Elmo trying to read the Poster 7 and me finishing it for him. So let's roll that beautiful bean footage, shall we?
Photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public meetings, except where prohibited, okay? It's not prohibited here.
There are a number of things you glossed over in that. You didn't even complete the whole damn paragraph, and what you did read, you glossed over. The most important part that you did read but totally ignored was the part when used for public meetings. And there are no public meetings going on right there. So you don't have the authorization to do that without the installation head, which covers the last half of the paragraph you did not read. I will read the last part of the paragraph for you then. Prohibited by official signs or security force personnel or other authorized personnel or a federal court order or rule, other photographs may be taken only with the permission of the local postmaster or installation head.
You know, I wonder sometimes if dumbass Elmo is truly that stupid or he's just playing for the camera. But let's carry on, shall we?
Photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public meetings except when prohibited by official signs or security force personnel, which by the way can be just private security, or other authorized personnel, or a federal court order or rule. So that's it. Now, videotaping, you know, like we had with Rogue Nation, the idea that you can ban photographs but not ban videotapes, that would be creating an absurd result, which is something you never do in statutory interpretation. And this is the one I'm going off of Poster 7, August 2016. If there's a later one, fine. Now let's go to the actual Code of Federal Regulations, which is where this comes from. And by the way, you'll see that the language is identical in a lot of places. Conformity with signs and directions, you got to obey them. All persons in or on property shall comply. So notice that this is shall. Remember I told you shall is obligatory, not may. It doesn't say may comply. With official signs of a prohibitory or directory nature, disturbances, conduct, which otherwise tends to impede or disturb. Same thing we read before. And then here's the sign language that, you know, J-Town, it's got it under section I, but Poster 7 quotes it again. Something I found on the United States Postal Service, and they talk about non-news organizations. So J-Town says they're news. Okay, fine, they're news. Okay, they're, you know, let's just say we give them that for now. And then if it's non-news, then it has to go to the Office of Rights and Permissions. But these regulations here also say that if the postmaster or person in charge denies your request, it doesn't go to this Office of Rights and Permissions. And then all requests from a qualified news reporting service. I didn't look that up. Here are a few examples of requests that must notice it's must be directed. Office of Rights and Permissions, request to use the images of historic, request to use high resolution professional grade camera. Well, that's, I'm sure, what J-Town Press does. Or I saw there was one time when they were at a post office where they had their tripod. Here comes the manager.
John. It's just that she was up here. She's filming up here, and they're not allowed to. Okay. They can stay in the lobby. And in order to do my picture or your picture, if she was to put it on social media, she has to have your permission in writing. You're giving them permission. And I told her she does not have my permission to do that. I said,
we may be able to sue her, but it's not illegal.
So right there, you hear this person who's in charge says, J-Town Press does not have permission. About suing J-Town? No. Well, not in terms of the regulations themselves. If she wanted to sue for some other form of harassment, whatever.
yeah, but she cannot have me on camera.
Ma'am, I mean, she can. If she's here, she can record whatever she can see.
Not true.
And they're probably going to kick her out of the post office.
No, she can stay up there in the lobby, but yeah, she was up here. You can't do no you can't film and do it.
Okay, now the manager is saying she could stay out in the lobby. So that would be permission. So as long as J-Town Press is staying in the lobby right now, yeah, it's okay.
You can't do that. No, that's exposure.
Tell him, was that filming transaction?
Excuse me, ma'am?
Was that filming transaction?
Yeah, you was up there.
So somebody was up there doing a transaction.
You were
Don't lie, there's two cameras. Okay, I can. It's not against the law for me to film the transaction.
No, ma'am, you can't.
Do you have a memorandum of understanding with the post office?
You can stay out.
Yeah, police department.
Once again, this person in charge is saying that J-Town Press can stay in the lobby. So that is permission. No matter how you slice it, that is permission.
No, ma'am. But they don't want you, she doesn't want you in her lobby right here beyond their little metal
But if this
detectors.
is open, can I show you something else before you make a mistake? Sure. That's right.
Can I show you something before you make a mistake? Here we go.
So anyway, this is actually their what they call rules and regulations governing conduct on postal service
There we go. The infamous poster set.
can't speak today, property. So this right here, I told her I was doing it for news, but she has a problem with commas.
No, actually, you have a problem with commas, and you have a real problem understanding something that's plain.
Commas separate ideas.
So much for your legal analysis.
Yeah, I've had frauditor sycophants claiming to be lawyers email me and say this exact same thing about the usage of commas and how The comma gives them the right to be in there to do whatever they want to do, and they claim to be a lawyer at that. But when questioned, they never provide me with any concrete proof as to what the use of a comma actually is, when you can go to websites and actually see it explained for you. And J-Town's analysis of what a comma is used for really doesn't exactly hold water. But of course, none of the arguments coming from that channel really ever hold water whenever you actually examine them, especially when it comes to the case laws, which really have nothing to do with anything that they're trying to portray.
Foyers, which is here.
Right.
Isn't it foyers? Tell me, guys.
Foyers, lobbies, anywhere the general public is allowed. I'm not pulling a Carl Lewis over the countertops and going into restricted areas.
Completely agree with you.
Right.
Yeah, and you're completely wrong, Mr. John Smith.
The only place I want to be.
Sure, but she doesn't want you in her lobby, and she is the custodian of this post office.
Correct. Hey, you're on to something. Good point.
But you're gonna uphold her feelings then?
I'm gonna uphold her feelings?
Yes. Well, I mean, the law says that I'm allowed to be there, so you would be technically enforcing.
I'm gonna wait until this young lady just doesn't want you in here. She'll probably ask you to be removed at some point if you continue to violate what she's asking you to
All right, the cop is right. That's also something that can be done.
do, and then I would ask you to leave the property.
So am I being trespassed at this moment?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Right.
You don't want to.
I just, man, you
Property, right?
Well, I'm gonna go back in there because that's.
if you're, are you going to perform a transaction?
Yes. I have to buy a stamp.
Okay, they're buying.
Oh, buying a stamp. Okay, great. Commercial purpose.
It's public information.
Deadlock here.
I'm gonna go back in there and conduct business.
So the only, I guess the only thing I can do at that point is if you just don't want her here. But I mean,
Yeah, he's right about that.
That would be a federal lawsuit, and I will definitely. That's a promise.
but
Yeah.
if she is legally where she can be, then she can record whatever she can see.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
Just don't have me on there.
Well, if you didn't ever came into the camera, you never would have been.
Just, you know, don't apologize for wasting your time. But you educate.
I apologize for wasting your time. Anyway, that's it for poster 7. I was asked by Rogue Nation to look at it. I did. If you guys who have been studying this much longer than I am have seen some cases that says I'm wrong, or some opinions from the Postal Service that says I'm wrong, anything from the Postal Inspection Service that says that I'm wrong, I'm willing to listen. I'm not saying I'm the last word on this. I'm just telling you that from what I've seen, that the J-Town Press interpretation is completely bonkers.
And that interpretation right there of it being bonkers is, well, an understatement, Patrick. I mean, the kind of stuff that J-Town puts out and tries to get away with is just completely insane. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
This could be some groundbreaking stuff right here.
You don't want to go to jail.
For what?
You read this.
I don't have to listen to
Read it.
anything. Blah, 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 blah.
Dude, so there's no way I can get in, bro? Come on, I'll put you on my YouTube.
But shut up, Wesley.
You got to put signs up, ma'am. If it's
Are you Glenn Serio?
who's that?